You know, there is something different about class 9. First of all, congratulations to all the students moving to class 9. Now you are a step ahead. Students, what I have noticed, like I'm teaching to class 6 to 10 students for a long time, and I've seen a change in the traits of class 9 students particularly. Why? Considering class 8, if I see the attitude, the behavior of students of class 8, I'll see that this is a bridge class, right? Bridge class when your childish nature is transforming into a mature status, right? In class 9, there are a lot of students who get serious about their future, about their choices of subjects, about their career options, etc. But there are still some students making some mistakes in class 9. You know, students, class 9 is not easy. If you are thinking that I'll have a chill pill in class 9th, I'll relax and I'll study at the last moment, you are wrong. And this video will prove that to you. Welcome on the platform Diksha Vedantu. This is your faculty Tanvi Pauja, and today we will talk about how important is class 9th in your studies, right? How relevant it has in bridging more to you, bridging or preparing you for class 10th, right? And how you can make your class 10th more easier by studying with a strategy in class 9. This is all about the video is. Okay, so welcome again to my dear class 10 students, and if you are worrying about your class 9th preparation, do not worry, you are on the platform that is a one-stop solution for you. Okay, before moving to that roadmap, as you can see, background of my video is roadmap for class 8 to 9 students, okay, so that it can make your destination easy, that is class 10th. Getting my students? So how? Pay attention, class 9th is one of the most underestimated class. When I was in class 9th, I also heard all of us discussing and gossiping that we will study in class 10th because that's bored. Why to take much stress about class 9? But you know, this is one of the mistake we guys do, right? Yes, this is one of the mistake most students do. Like boards are in class 10th, I will study next year. My dear students, when the class 10th will start and when your exams will come, you will not get to know. Right? So why not prepare your basics in class 9th? And when I'm talking about basics, you might be thinking, ma'am, the syllabus is completely changed. What are you talking about? Yes, I know the syllabus is completely changed. But there are certain basics which we can prepare in class 9th for class 10th. For example, in SST, you know that the exam is quite lengthy. It requires good answer writing skills. Why not you prepare that answer writing skills in class 9th itself? Right? In maths, it takes a lot of time to do that mathematics calculation. Why not I practice more and more and get my hands on mathematics? Right? There are certain basic things that comes in science which will be further coming in your class 10th, 11th, 12th JEE NEET preparation. So students, don't take class 9th lightly. It is basics. It contains basics. Okay, and if you are thinking that class 9th marks don't matter, it matters for you. It matters for your, what I can say, confidence. Okay, do not think that I'll relax this year, but do not think that I'll overburden myself this year. You should make a good balance between your studies, your games, your enjoyment and everything, and then that too. After balancing all those things also, you can get a good marks. And here I don't want marks from you. I want that in class 9 your basics are clear, your background is clear, like in language subjects. Right? There are certain things like writing passages, writing essays, letter writing, paragraph writing, right? Which will come in your class 10th also. Why not we prepare it in class 9th? So basically class 9th is actually the foundation of class 10th boards, my dear students. So you have to think about this, that I'm not going to just pass my class 9th randomly without a proper strategy. Okay, it is the foundation of class 10. Why it is important, let me tell you, because real concepts are here. There are students who face difficulty in JEE NEET. When I talk to them, what do you face the difficulty? Ma'am, we forget the basics we studied in class 9. In JEE NEET preparation, we are studying the NCERT of class 9th again so that our basics are clear. You know, when I was preparing for UPSC, I found that NCERTs are quite important. Okay, then I opened the NCERTs and thought that, my God, I studied this in class 6, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, but I know nothing. I remember nothing. And why? The biggest mistake I made in that time was taking NCERT so lightly that we study in CBSE. Right? All the exams which you are going to give in future are basics from the NCERT, my dear students. Keep this in mind. Right? I know that you know everything, but the problem is about execution. The problem is about what? Execution. The day you start executing, you are going to rock in your class 10th exams. You know, when you will see these topics in maths like polynomials, coordinate geometry, surface area, statics, all these are the concepts of class 9. In science, you will study about atoms, molecules, law of motion, structure of atoms. These are just not the syllabus that need to be completed in class 9 and then forget tomorrow, right? Because they are going to continue in your class 10th, 11 competitive exams, JEE NEET. What mistakes we are doing now, students? In class 9, we are thinking that, okay, class 9th, relax. Okay, a day before your term exam, you will study, get good marks, because I know guys are very smart in getting marks. Okay, you guys get balanced mark and make your parents understand that it is class 9th, we will give our full 100% in class 10th, etc, etc. But do you know what happens? This last minute revision is a problem. This last minute revision will become your habit. Okay, once it become your habit, once your class 9th is over, you forget all the thing because you studied it last moment just for the next examination, not for the concept clearance so that it can be carried further in your mind for future. It will not be carried forwarded. Right? Rather, you will give the exam, you forget it. And then in class 10th, what you will do? You will study the basics of class 9 that students are actually doing when they are preparing for JEE NEET, etc. Getting my point? What I'm trying to make clear in your mind is that class 10th is important, my dear students. See these topics. You will find these topics in the syllabus of further classes also. So consider this as an important thing. Mistakes you are doing, just I am telling this again and again in this video, studying one day before the exams. First few months when your class 9 started, you are chill. It happens every time. Before exams, now tomorrow is exam, day after tomorrow is exam, panic starts. You took your SST book, find that, oh my God, so many pages. What I can do? I can just give a random reading. I can watch some YouTube videos, hear it, okay, write some important points that I'm going to copy in exam tomorrow. Did. After coming from the exam, everything vanished. Happens or not? This happens with each of my students. I know that. After exam, you forget everything, and this is the worst strategy that students are following. What you have to do is very easy in class 9. Right? I'm going to tell you the golden rules that you need to follow in your class 9. Students, the first thing is never skip your NCERT. For a religious person, the place Ramayana, Mahabharata, Ved, Puran, Upanishad holds. For a student life, the NCERT holds the same place. You know, it's our holy book. Here the journey begins. You have to learn your NCERT in a way that you mug up everything. You know everything about the NCERT, the boxes, the pictures, what students miss. Because the student who get 100 marks or 100% is the one who know how to study NCERT nicely. The person knows that, how to study, how to make notes, etc. Right? So never skip the NCERT, pay attention, make short notes of that chapter. I'll tell you a golden trick. When you read the NCERT class 9 students, there are so many spaces around the book. In that spaces, what you can do, like you read that page, right? There is a short summary of that page. Now, where to write it? You are making notes, that well and good, but if, what if? You write that alongside that borders also, so that when you come back to the same page, you need not to read the entire page, you just focus on that keywords. Getting my point? A smart strategy. Do not keep your NCERT so clean, being a student like I can't write on the NCERT, I can write on the book. As more as you will write, as more as you are learning, this is the proof. Okay, so never skip NCERT. Okay, never skip making notes out of NCERT. Revise weekly. What you can do is, I studied this chapter, take it lightly, a chapter in a week. Right? At the end of the week, what I will do, I'll revise the entire chapter. The most important thing in class 9 that you can do is writing practice. Writing practice for your answers. Right? For paragraphs in English, for essay writing in English, letter writing in English and Hindi, etc. So, answer writing practice is very good. That will boost your marks in science and SST, particularly in the very next year. Okay, there is a pattern how to write answers: intro, points, conclusion. Follow that pattern from this year, because up till class 8, you were having a habit to write the answers in paragraphs. In 6 and 7, what was done? You marked the answers in the book because you were small enough, right? You were so so small kids. So you just mark it in the NCERT, write it in your copy, revise it. You go to tuition where someone is sitting asking you to learn it over your head. What do? You learn it. You do not revise the basics. You do not revise the concepts. But now that practice should be over. Because in class 9 you will have long answers which you cannot learn thoroughly exactly from the NCERT. Not at all possible. Your mind does not have that much of storage. So what you have to do is to learn the answer writing habit, that how I should pick up the keywords and how I should frame my points according to the word limits too. This practice we can do in class 9 to make our class 10th super duper hit. Getting my point? Now the next is, don't fear difficult chapters, because when you were in class 6, 7th, 8, what do? Difficult chapters, skip it. What will happen? The question will come from this chapter for 5 to 10 marks. I can manage losing 5 to 10 marks. Now it is not going to work. Okay? Now you can't skip the chapters which are difficult. Rather, learn to face difficulty. Okay, for that you have to be consistent. Students, here it's class 9. Again, my entire video was all about class 9th is important, etc. But what I want to tell you is, take it lightly but be consistent. I'm not asking you to study for 7 to 8 hours daily. No need at all. If your parents are telling you to study for 7 to 8 hours daily, let them watch this video. Okay, 2 to 3 hours of study daily and consistent. No study at weekends. If you are studying daily 2 to 3 hours or the entire week, then give yourself weekend a treat. But follow this consistently. Nothing is going to harm you. And if you are piling up your work for the last time before the exam, then there is a problem. So just a consistent study is needed, right? And I would say that choose your favorite teacher, watch one shots, and that's very, very important. Class 9th is the time. Like when you move to class 10th and you are figuring out that, okay, for class 10 maths, I have to study from this teacher. And you are now struggling watching all the videos, etc., etc. That will just waste your time. We can use this time in class 9th. You have multiple YouTube videos, you have multiple teachers around your society, you have multiple teachers in your school, etc. Figure out the teacher from whom you want to study for your class 9th and 10th in this period. Watch the one shots video for the same teacher or learn it offline if you want. Right? Rapid revisions, multiple questions, ask the same teacher to give you. That strategy will help you, students. Okay, and this is going to be helpful for all the moving students from class 8 to class 9, keeping in mind that your aim is to ace in class 10th. Okay, so I hope that this video is going to be very, very, very helpful for you. And if it is and you need any help for class 9, you can comment me right now. Right now you're going to comment that yes ma'am, we are ready for class 9th, and I will understand that this video went helpful to all the students moving to class 9th. Thank you for watching. We will meet super soon. Just one thing I want to show you before moving. These are our students who perform very well in JEE Mains to 2026 result. So we are Diksha Vedantu, okay, and we have a very good, what we can say, presence in South India for proving a good result in JEE, NEET, KCET, COMET exams, etc. So these are certain toppers, and you too can become your toppers. This is just the starting of your journey, my dear students. You have to go way long, and in that journey I will be with you, I promise that. Okay, so we'll meet you soon in the next video.